Where'd it go? Lighter. This one wasn't working. There you go. This stuff smells so good, like watermelon. So nice. See something under the bed, but I don't know what it is. There was a fight here last week. A guy and girl were next door. And I could hear banging, like, sound like he was punching the wall. And then some. And then I heard her screaming, "What are you doing? I'm naked." So I opened my door and looked out. It was like 1:30 in the morning. And he was putting her out the room naked. Young girl in her 20s. And I was like, what the hell are you? I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He looked right at me and was like, call the fucking cops. I'm like, I'm not calling the cops. What the fuck are you doing? He put her outside naked, and then he was using his feet to, like, keep her outside, and he shut the door. So I told her to come over into my room, but she was crying, just saying, I can't, I'm naked. I go, I know you're naked. I have clothes in my room. You can come in here. You don't need to put up with that shit. She didn't want, she was knocking on the door. Oh, what'd I do? What did I do? And then I called up to the office. I'm like, listen, did you just put his girlfriend out naked? She didn't want to come in my room. Like, you need to come down here and check on them or something. And then I heard people outside the door talking. And I thought it was, like, the guy from the office or, like, another guy in the hotel, but it was cops. And then I heard him screaming, help her, help her. So I thought something happened to her. So I opened the door, and then I just saw, like, 8 cops, like, tackling this dude. And I saw, like, an older couple next to a car. So I went over there, and I was like, is that your daughter? And they said, yeah. And I said, is that her boyfriend? And they said, yeah. I go, dude put her outside naked. Like, I wanted them to be aware of the kind of person that their daughter was with. And they were like, what? So they called over a police officer and was like, he put her outside naked. And the officer was like, oh, really? Then he was like, take the cuffs off of her. And I'm like, little did I know, she wasn't saying anything to the police officers. And they were actually arresting her. And he was actually getting off. But then he flipped out on the police officers and got tackled by like 8 of them. Which is what I had heard. So if I didn't go out there and like let them know, then she would have actually been gone to jail. And the officer said that's what happens when there's one talker and one non-talker. She wasn't trying to get him in trouble. It was really sad. And I was like, oh, I was there. I was in an abusive marriage 17 years ago, so I know what it's like. But it sucks because you know she's going to go right back to him. So the cops came and got a statement from me. It was like 4 in the morning. I told them there's cameras. And they were like, really? I was like, yeah. And they go, in the hall too? I was like, yeah. So they went up to the office and they said they just had to come back when the management was there. And I was like, you'll see her get put outside naked. You'll see me trying to help. Yeah, it was funny because when I told the parents, like, I just wanted them to be aware of, like, the type of person their daughter was dating, even though they probably already knew. But they were like, did you tell the cops? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to get involved because I assumed the cops were here to arrest him. I didn't know they were arresting her. And that's why the dude was flipping out, because I guess she passed out or something when they put the cuffs on her or something, which is why he was like, help her, help her. And then the cops tackled the dude because he was freaking out, and then he was screaming. I'm like, now that's the way he was acting with her. Not this little shy kid that was talking to you guys outside my door. Really sad. So yeah, sometimes I guess minding your own business isn't the right thing to do, even though I thought minding my own business was the right thing to do. So I guess it's a good thing I did go out there and say something to the parents, because that poor girl was getting arrested because she wasn't trying to get him in trouble. The cops said both of them had marks on them, so they weren't sure. And she wasn't talking, so they had to take his story. And I was like, oh no, he's got marks on him for what he was doing to her and what he was doing in that room. And I was like, after I tried to help her, it got worse. Like, I thought he was trying to just annoy me, kicking the walls and hitting the walls so I could hear it and, like, keep me up. But I said, no, he's got marks because of what he was doing, not because of her. She was, all I could hear her saying the whole time was, what did I do? What did I do? Tell me what I did. That's all she was saying. Very quiet. She wasn't even yelling. She just kept saying, what did I do? What did I do? Tell me what I did. Awful. Yeah. Alright. I'll be back. I have to go take a drive. My daughter's coming to bring me the car now, so I might record something in the car. I can't play music, though, for YouTube, so might do it. Because I need my music when I drive. But I don't know. I'll be back.